you clicked on this video, you know why you're here.
Yes!
Of course, it would be me making a coming out video a week after Pride Month just finished. But hey, I'm not coming out because it's Pride Month, I'm coming out because I want to.
Nobody asked.
I'm bi.
You're just a gay boy. I am trying to play boy.
I'm like the Holy Trinity. I'm bilingual, bisexual, and biracial.
Yeah, double homicide.
Oh!
When I first discovered I was not straight, let's say that, it was when I was watching Mamma Mia, and it was that one scene where she's like on the sand singing, "Don't go wasting," and I was like, oh, wait, why is she hot? Why is he hot? I'm not ashamed to say it, but I had, my family had a DVD and I would replay, we had like one of those like DVD players and I would like rewind and play that same scene over and over again. And I feel like that was one of the moments really young. Like, I was quite young. When did Mamma Mia come out? Wait, let me check. Mamma Mia came out in 2008, and I was born in 2003, so around the age of 5 and 6.
A child.
I didn't question it much, because in my head I thought everyone experienced it. I was like, oh, I think everyone in the world is bisexual. We just end up being with people who are the opposite sex. But then as I grew up, I realized that people were put into like buckets of you're either gay or you're either straight. And I was like, where do I stand? But I did face a lot of pressures from social settings. So for example, at school, a lot of people would make the joke of, oh, Hafid, because most of my friends were females, and a lot of the female friends would joke, oh, Hafid, it would be so fun to have you as a gay best friend.
I'm an ally.
And I'd be like, you can have like half a gay best friend if that's the thing. I felt like I didn't need to come out, but at the same time, the pressures from society really pushed me to be like, oh, hey world, this is what I like, which I don't really get. Why do we do this? Even me making this video was something that I was like, why do I have to explain myself to the world? But then I remember that, wait, the whole reason I started this platform and the whole reason why I wanted to do this was because I hated the way that when I grew up, everyone would put labels on me and everyone would decide who I am as a person for me. And that was something that I wanted to have some ownership over. I always was like, no, I am Hafid. I don't know, like, I decide who I am as a person. And I feel like on the internet, it's a safe space where you're able to do that. My coming out story is a bit weird because I came out to my friends, and then one of my friends was like, did you tell your family? And I was like, no, I don't feel like I should be telling my immigrant mom. Well, my mom mainly, because my mom's like the closest person I have in my family. My mom was like my best friend growing up. It was the first time in life where I felt like, oh, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe let's not go there now. I'm just here to tell you that it gets better. It honestly does. I mean, I did face one of the toughest coming outs, if I have to be honest, because when I came out and the way it happened, I thought that more people could relate to my coming out story, which I can make a whole video on, but honestly, I don't feel like I need to wait a bit before I make a whole video on that. But I'm just here to tell you that it was difficult, it was a lot, and it honestly could have cost me my life, just like that. Cut to today. I feel like I'm quite confident with who I am as a person. I'm quite sure of who I am as a person, and I look back and I feel kind of bad for 14-year-old me and what I had to go through, but at the same time I'm happy that I made the decisions that I did, even though it wasn't totally my own choice. I was told quite a bit of what to do, but I do wish that growing up I did have that like presence of having a queer representation of someone who isn't. Because when we see diversity in media, usually it's someone who's Asian or someone who's black, and I'm like, where's the rest of the minorities? And everyone's like, what other minorities? Yeah, because even when I say that I'm Moroccan, they're like, oh, African. You can say the N-word. And I'm like,
That's not true.
you know what's even more frustrating? Finding people who are also in the queer community who question your bisexuality. Most of the questions I get are, what's your women to men ratio? Fuck knows, I care. I'm sorry, I'm bad at maths. Like, I'm not, and this is why I didn't go into engineering. Do I look like a mathematician? Like, no. If I find someone attractive, I just find them attractive. Is it that hard to believe? But yeah, is there anything else I want to mention? Yeah, now I'm in my first relationship, which is quite scary, but also nice, but also fun, but also it's long distance, so fuck long distance relationships. Every second I'm like, I want my boyfriend, I want to spend time with my boyfriend, why can't I spend time with my boyfriend? Going back to me being 14 years old, I wish that a video like this, like what I'm making, popped up in my recommendations. So if you're someone who is a person of color who also is trying to face challenges either with their gender identity or with their sexuality, and it is, as we can all like relate to, such a struggle to come to terms with, since you know that immigrant parents coming from one country to another struggling so much to like make a future for you, but then you sort of have to ruin the plans that they had, sort of bring the shame to the family. It is a lot to carry. It is a lot of pressure. The fact that I'm here, 22 years old, and I'm in my first relationship and I'm able to say that it got better, I feel like to anyone who's out there who is struggling, I know words are one thing and actions are another, but I'm just here to give you my advice of come out when you actually do feel ready, and don't feel like omitting information is better for the people around you if you feel like you have to hide a part of yourself. Yeah, I feel like that's great words to end off on. Damn, because I would have loved to hear. I honestly I would love my 14-year-old self to watch this video. And yeah, let me end off the video before I start crying. But anyways, yeah.